Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. We are reviewing Assassin's Creed Origins.
Welcome to the Ruby Tuesday.
Okay, so Assassin's Creed Origins has been out now for just over 2 weeks, and the reason why we didn't release a review on the day or a couple of days before is because we really wanted to get to grips with the game. Here is what you can expect from after 50 hours of gameplay, after completing the campaign, after doing 97 side missions and almost completing every single one of the ability trees that you get. We have fully immersed ourselves into this game, so we're just going to talk a little bit about what you can expect from Assassin's Creed Origins. Hope you enjoy the review.
There will be songs of us, Bayek!
So your character, your name is Bayek, and you are a magi, not an assassin. And you are meant to be one of the great warriors protectors of Egypt.
It's alright, Papa.
Now, something drastic happens at the beginning, as with every Assassin's Creed game, and this brings Bayek on a trip for revenge. So basically something happens to his son, and at the beginning of the game, right at the beginning of the game, so I'm not really doing any spoilers, and Bayek now wants to take out those that he thought that he was originally protecting are now his enemies, and him and his partner set out on a mission of revenge. And basically there are tiers of bad guys, and throughout expanding the campaign and the storyline, you want to find out and take out everybody the Magi style way who's responsible for your son's death. Now obviously it's set in Egypt around the Nile. The map is massive. Last night while I was prepping for this review, I jumped on my noble steed, which is a unicorn. Yes, you heard me right, a unicorn, because it's a unicorn. Why not? I'm really not into loot boxes or buying add-on content for games. I personally feel that you should be able to reward yourself by playing game or beating really strong bosses to be able to get stuff, get like elite content or weapons or clothing or abilities in game. However, that being said, I couldn't resist buying the unicorn, because riding around the desert with a unicorn dressed as like a magi slash assassin is pretty cool. Anyway, started at the top of the map. Just to give you a scale of how big this map is, I started at the top of the map. I jumped on my unicorn and rode flat out as fast as I could across the landscape, barring desynchronization. There was one instance where I jumped my unicorn off too far and it killed us, and I met some bandits, but it took me 20 minutes to go flat out as fast as I can on horseback, and I didn't have to stop for any ocean or anything. 20 minutes from end to end. So that's the scale of the map. This is how big it is. In fact, once I'd completed the campaign, there were still loads of shaded areas that I hadn't explored yet, which was really exciting to me. So you complete the campaign. You have 40 levels to level up, which you can do during the campaign or afterwards. I would suggest that you need a minimum of level 35 to beat the campaign. Unique to Assassin's Creed Origins are the difficulty levels. As far as I'm aware, you have easy, normal and hard. I did it on easy and found that at about level 25 I was becoming stronger than most characters, or I had really gotten to grips with the game and decided that I would put the next level up to normal, and then all the bad guys' health did seem to jump and it was much more tricky. The combat does play a bit like Dark Souls, where blocking and deflecting and just kind of circling around the bad guy or bad guys is quite important. But when you start upgrading your abilities, it seems like that doesn't come into play too much. If you're strong and you know how to use the things that you've upgraded, depending on your playstyle, whether you want to go stealthy, whether you want to go for a really strong character, depending on your build, will depend on your playstyle. And it's really quite intuitive like that. You can hone your skills to the type of player that you are in Assassin's Creed. The storyline is fantastic again. You do leave the Animus to play another lady character. I say play loosely because there isn't much gameplay. There is a storyline that's going on outside of the Animus, because obviously you know as a player that the Animus is a big part of this world, and so they had to incorporate it. Although this storyline does feel like a bit of a sideline storyline. The main thing is inside the Animus as usual, and this is just a bit part. There's not much to do. There's a little bit to do outside of the Animus, but really not much. Their focus is being on Egypt, and rightly so. It's amazing. You get to fight every type of beast as you can imagine. Hyena, hippos, crocodiles, birds. You have different types of bosses because you get to fight in the gladiator arena, which is fantastic. And you can do like sort of like horde mode on Gears of War, where you can do various levels of fighting different characters in the gladiator arena. So you get to do that, which is really cool. One of the things that I really wanted to do straight away when playing this game was go and climb the pyramids, and that never gets old. I mean, I've climbed them all. You get to be a Tomb Raider and jump inside. You get to fight gods. Yes, you heard me right. In campaign storyline, there's a couple of gods for you to fight. In a glitch mode, there's Anubis, and as far as I'm aware, they're going to be adding things like that. Even though you've completed the gameplay, there's a lot to do after the game. My only real gripe about Assassin's Creed Origins, as far as I can see so far, and I've played it a fair bit, there doesn't seem to be New Game Plus. I would have liked to have kept all my abilities and then started again so that all the bad guys got stronger. There are obviously 3 different modes of difficulty, but I would have liked to have kept all my gear that I've collected and then just gone on New Game Plus. Much like a lot of the other games do, like Batman and Witcher, you know, they have New Game Plus. You get to keep your gear. I'm hoping maybe there'll be an update or an add-on and they'll do that. This game will obviously have add-ons coming in the season because there's so much potential to use this map. I would say explore the desert. There are ridiculous things to find in the desert. Just forget about side stories or forget about main campaigning. Go and explore what the desert has to offer. There are mirages that lead you to treasures. I ran into a flying rug. There are lots of references to other things in Egypt time. So because it's Egyptian, you are encountering Romans and Greeks and obviously Egyptians, and it's all their gods melded into one game, and it just leads to such a fantastic type of thing you can do. It is fantastical. There are so many things you can do because of all the gods, and so yes, it's kind of based on a real stuff in like their attention to detail is really fantastic, but along with that they've been able to, because it's a game, they've been able to use elements of the fantasy. I've thoroughly enjoyed this game. I think it's close to my favorite Assassin's Creed game. I would say it ranks second at the moment, mostly because Black Flag holds such a high esteem in my mind. I love being a pirate and an assassin. This is a true origin story, so you do get to see the birth of the Assassin's Brotherhood, which I found really, really exciting. I'm going to give this game a 9 out of 10. It's almost perfect, not quite, and you'll find out after about 50 hours of gameplay that you're not really sure what to do now apart from really explore, but there are so many things to explore and collect. This game is definitely one that should go on your Christmas list or birthday list if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed. It's definitely better than Syndicate and 3 and the Paris one. Thanks for watching the Ruby Tuesdays review. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye.
Please like and subscribe to Ruby Tuesday.